Well, of course, my pride's on the line because obviously, if this show doesn't do well, then it's like, oh, he's just a YouTuber. He can't. Yeah, but it's not even just me; it's also other creators. Like it's, I take it very serious. This is why I'm putting so much effort and energy into it because, like, if this flops, then people are gonna be like, yeah, YouTubers aren't capable of making it on streaming platforms. And I recognize it could either have a massive positive effect, and that every streaming platform is going to be throwing deals left and right at creators, or a negative effect, and people are going to go, if Jimmy couldn't make a hit show, what makes you think you can? And like that is one of my biggest fears is the inverse, which is why I'm not going to let that happen. Without getting into specific numbers, like I could try to film it in like a week or two, and just like look at this as how can I make as much money as possible, and just like pocket a disgusting amount of money. But that's not the goal here. The goal here is to make the greatest streaming show possible. So people, look at the YouTuber, economy and it's like, wow, they can really move the needle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is a big deal for that. This is like a historic deal in our space. And like in the past, creators and traditional media have tried things, but it's never really worked.
I know.
Right? It's never worked. And so this is like a historic moment and also like an inflection point.
It is. I know they don't work because every time I talk to stream platforms, they would always mention all the previous things they did with influencers and like, oh, it didn't work. And I'm like, well, there's a big difference between me and them. They have like 2 employees, and I could have told you that would have bombed. But but yeah, I agree. Like if the show doesn't do well, people are going to use that as a means to be like, well, basically platforms would be able to use that as a way to underpay creators and be like, well, So, but if it does great, then creators can use that as a North Star to be like, we are valuable. We can succeed on other platforms.